2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
All week in practice, because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. That 2nd down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. Shoves him aside. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Herbert now. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Titans' 45-yard line.
Running left is Edwards. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 47 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. Dobbins going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the jump. 2nd and goal from the 1. Edwards. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Once more, Edwards. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So a new face at quarterback for the Titans in 2023. It's the 24-year-old rookie out of Kentucky, Charles, Will Levis.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his 2nd start in the NFL.
On 1st down, Levis. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. A Pro Bowler for the first time in 2022. Here's Tony Pollard. And he goes out right around the 39. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. The Titans had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. They go play action. Here's Levis. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener, didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Folk's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, and none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. 'The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run once more with Edwards. He'll get this up to about the 44. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2nd down and 3. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Edwards. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Herbert now on second down. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline.
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport state.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
First and 10, it's Levis. That'll be completed to Okonkwo. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Pollard, he'll take it up the gut to about the 35, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll leave them with third and a full yard to go. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
Levis's throw pulled in by Hopkins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 38-yard
Now Levis.
line.
And this is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
6 yards to go.
Levis on third down. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I pinned the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Levis looking to throw. That's a Titans touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have moved out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the running crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Levis now on 1st and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Levis. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive they started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. L.A. readies for its next possession. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Herbert. And that is taken in by Hurst. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Herbert on 1st down now. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this 1st half. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw, it's Levis. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. And they will get the 1st down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. Levis back to throw. throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Folk's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Herbert. And that one too wide and incomplete. So we have reached. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line. And he works free. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Play action now. Levis. He completes it to Ridley. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Titans. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get into the end zone?
Now Folk for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the counter, it's Edwards. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Herbert. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And they can't bring him down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Again, that's Hurst. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Now a handoff, Edwards. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Edwards. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, it means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looking really, really sharp. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They juked him. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
Levis out of the shotgun now. And that'll be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The LA offense ready for this next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Our defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Play action. It's Herbert. Escapes the sack. Looking deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Touchdown, Chargers. Hayden Hurst, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Now it's Edwards. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chargers have taken a 4th-quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken right at the 35. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Herbert now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. That is caught. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Good bounce back win. They take the knee, can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though, a few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for the Chargers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.